One of the most upsetting surprises for new Medicare beneficiaries when they enroll in Medicare is that it isn't free. Although you've likely been paying FICA taxes throughout your working years, those taxes actually only fund one part of your Medicare. So in this video, I'll explain which parts cost money and why. Hi there, I'm Danielle Roberts, co-founder of Boomer Benefits and best-selling author of the 10 Costly Medicare Mistakes book. Each year, Medicare sets its prices on premiums, deductibles, and copays. And generally from year to year, these costs go up due to inflation and of course other factors. But here are your 2022 Medicare costs. Medicare Part A is your hospital insurance. For most people at age 65, Medicare Part A costs nothing. This is because during your working years, most of you paid those FICA taxes and they were deducted out of your payroll checks to sort of prepay for your Part A hospital insurance. If you were working for at least 10 years or 40 quarters, or you were married to someone who did, this will qualify you for free Part A and you won't pay anything for it now. Now, if for some reason you weren't able to get those quarters in, you can contact Social Security to purchase Part A, but this can cost $499 a month in 2022. But if you or your spouse have worked at least 30 quarters, they'll prorate that premium and bring it down to $274. Each part of Medicare also has a deductible that is set each year by Medicare itself, and Part A's deductible is per benefit period, meaning you could pay it more than once per year if you have several inpatient stays. In 2022, the Part A deductible is $1,556. Now, moving on to the cost for Part B, unlike Part A, has a monthly premium that you'll pay every month. Social Security will deduct this premium out of your monthly Social Security benefit check, or if you're not taking Social Security income benefits yet, they'll send you a bill in the mail quarterly. Here's a tip. If paying the premium quarterly is a hardship for you, you can also contact Social Security to set up a monthly bank draft until you begin taking your income benefits. You'll find a link in the description below for our article on that topic. Each year, Medicare sets the standard base premium for Part B, so this is the base amount that they can charge you from year to year. In 2022, the standard base premium for Part B is $170.10 per month. About 95% of all Medicare beneficiaries pay only this base premium, but some pay more based on their higher income. We call this the Income-Related Monthly Adjustment Amount, or IRMA for short, and really that's just a fancy way of telling you that if you earn more, you're going to pay more for Medicare. IRMA currently applies to anyone who earns more than $91,000 as an individual or $182,000 if they file jointly on their tax return. There are 5 different levels of higher incomes, so depending on your modified adjusted gross income from 2 years ago, you'll find out what you pay. So here's how this works. The IRS sends your most recent tax return over to Social Security so they can calculate your Part B premiums for the upcoming year. People in the highest tax bracket will pay nearly $600 a month for Part B in 2022. So you can see why it's so important that you look this up ahead of time and estimate what you'll be spending for your healthcare expenses in retirement. In the notes below this video, I'll also include a link to our Medicare Costs page where you can look up your current income to see exactly how much you can expect to pay for your Medicare. Now, here's a tip for those of you who have recently retired and were earning significantly higher income 2 years ago than you are now. You do not have to wait for Social Security to catch up with you. You can file a reconsideration request to ask them to reevaluate that premium based on documentation that you provide of your now lower income since you've retired. We'll include a link to that video in the notes below, where you can find more information on how to appeal that higher Part B premium. Like Part A, Part B also has a deductible. However, Part B's deductible is much smaller and only paid annually. In 2022, the Part B deductible is $233. Now, let's move on to Part D. Part D is your prescription drug coverage. When you enroll in Part D, you do not do that at the Social Security office. Instead, you're going to enroll in Part D by choosing a plan that's offered by a private insurance company. Now, the base cost of these plans is set by the individual insurance companies that offer them. These can range anywhere from, say, around $7 a month to over $200 a month, depending on your state, your county, and the insurance company that's offering that plan. However, the national average Part D premium for 2022 is around $33. Just like with Part B, Social Security can tack on extra premiums if you are in a higher income bracket, and you can find those costs listed on the Medicare Costs page of the Boomer Benefits website. Premium is not the only consideration, though, when looking for the right Part D drug plan. You can determine which plan would be the most cost-effective for you by using the Medicare Plan Finder tool inside your personal mymedicare.gov portal. Here at Boomer Benefits, we run that initial Part D analysis free of charge for anyone who enrolls in their Medigap or Medicare Advantage plan through our agency. It won't cost you a penny, and it can save you hundreds of dollars on your annual Part D spending. Part D also has an annual deductible that Medicare sets each year. In 2022, the Part D deductible will be $480. This is the maximum that insurance companies can set for the deductible. However, they can set it lower if they wish. Here's my tip for Part D. The plan with the lowest premium is not always the plan that is necessarily going to be the most cost-effective for you. Enrolling in the plan with the lowest monthly premium isn't much help if 3 of your important medications are not included in that plan's drug formulary. The reason to use the Plan Finder tool is to see which plan offers the overall annual out-of-pocket spending. This takes everything into account, including your premiums, your copays, everything that you can expect to spend that year on your medications under Part D. Now, if you're looking for just a good ballpark estimate for what you might spend, we recommend that you use the national average Part D premium for the current year, which again for this year is around $33 a month. As you may know, Medicare Part D plans have 4 payment stages, the deductible being the first stage. After the deductible, there is the initial coverage stage, the coverage gap stage, and the catastrophic coverage stage. You move through these stages as you and your plan have reached specific spending limits for the year. In 2022, the initial coverage limit that sends you into the coverage gap is $4,430. The coverage limit that sends you from the coverage gap to the final catastrophic stage is $7,050. Once you have spent enough to reach the catastrophic coverage level, you will pay no more than 5% of the cost of your meds for the remainder of the year. Then everything resets in January. Medicare Advantage plans have a maximum out-of-pocket limit to protect you from spending beyond a certain dollar limit on Part A and B services each year. Once you meet the plan's maximum out-of-pocket limit, or MOOP, your plan starts covering your approved A and B services at 100%. Medicare Advantage plan carriers can set their limit lower but not higher than the MOOP. The maximum allowed limit did not change from 2021, as it is still $75.50 in 2022. Again, Medicare Advantage plans can and often do set their maximum out-of-pocket limits lower than the maximum allowed by Medicare. This is best for you because it caps your spending sooner. So there you have it, Medicare's 2022 costs. Now that you've got the costs down, you can start looking at which type of Medicare plan you want to purchase to help lower those out-of-pocket costs. Before I sign off, if you would like our free Medicare costs worksheet, you can hit the link below. Please also hit the subscribe button for our channel here so you can always be notified when we post new Medicare videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.